What is up, guys? It's your boy Jay here from the Movie Minute.
John Tell.
And we just got done seeing the early access screening for Ballerina, the spin-off, or as the director called it, a spin-on the John Wick series. What's good about it?
Everything, everything is good about it. I mean, it's in the John Wick universe, so you're gonna get those nice, sharp kills, real good cinematography, angles. It's dope. That's what was good about it. It brings you back into the world of John Wick.
Let me see. Let me do quick pointers. The music's good. The settings are pretty good. The kills are great. I like seeing Ana de Armas as an action star. I didn't think I would because the first movie I watched her with was Knives Out, so I didn't like get action star from her. But you know, No Time to Die gave her that little sequence, and I'm like, oh, I could see them doing this. And Keanu Reeves is in here in some capacity, so you really can't go wrong if you're expecting a like crazy story or dialogue that is really sharp and just like like Oscar worthy. You're not watching the right movie.
Definitely not Oscar worthy.
It's not the type of movie you should be going to see if you're expecting Oscar worthy level stuff. But then again, if you expected that, you really haven't watched the franchise. Cons. What cons did you have?
I would say this should have been to me, in my opinion, a streamed movie. Like if it would have went to Prime, or I'm not even gonna give it to Netflix, some streaming service. I feel like if this would have went to a streaming platform, like I would have felt a little bit better about it. Like to go out to the theater to see this, to me, I could have done without it. Like was I disappointed? No. Did I waste my time? No. But could I watch this at home and had a better experience? Yes.
I won't go that far with it. I think that it was well enough to be in the theater, just as much as Karate Kid Legends was. That one I could have felt like I would watch at home more so than this one. I think the movie, for what they wanted to go for, I think there was a point near the end of the film where I'm like, we still got we're not done yet with this. It started to drag a little bit through parts of the movie. Now, I thought the finale was pretty good, pretty solid. I think they could have trimmed some fat off of this and made it about 10, 15 minutes shorter, and it probably would have been the perfect length. Like, if you're going to start this spin off character story, kind of like in the same boat, like what starts their story in the same vein as John Wick, like the first one, it shouldn't be longer than the first one, if not by much. You know what I'm saying? Because John Wick had like a perfect time. They got in, got out quick, and wrapped up the story.
Yeah.
That's probably the only I think that's probably the only like downside for me is that it just dragged a little bit. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I say, outside of that, like it was a dope film. Like I'm glad I went and saw it early access.
Here's what you need to know. If you haven't watched it and you're watching us to see what we think, it builds more of the world than what we knew from the Fast Four movies. That's great. It's got Ian McShane back for a little bit. That's great. Lance Reddick, rest his soul, he's got a small part. That's great. So, you get to see some returning characters, even in small capacities. You get to see the Rumska Roma, the clan that John Wick is part of in the third movie. It takes place between 3 and 4. I think it takes place some of 3, and then the rest is like before 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got everything you would like about John Wick film, just not story, I guess. It's a little, I don't want to say it's too similar, but, it's a formula that works almost well, and it doesn't ruin the franchise for me. It doesn't hurt the franchise. It just doesn't add anything major to it.
I totally agree.
All
Yeah,
I can
yeah, I
say
totally I
is
totally agree.
I still this movie doesn't make me worry about the other one planned installments that they're planning on doing in the universe.
Yeah. Any world building, any backstories or anything like that is gonna be fire to me.
Unless it's the
I don't know. I
continuity.
guess except for the continuity, yeah. But I guess I just wanted more from this film, and I didn't get it. It was. I don't want to spoil it for you guys because we got to see it early. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I guess I just wanted more.
I guess I went into it expecting less because I was still kind of unsure, and therefore I just kind of I was just like, hey man, it's a good popcorn flick.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a good popcorn flick.
And I,
If you don't have anything to do, if you don't have anything to do and you want to go to the movies and you've almost seen everything else, I would say definitely go and see this. Definitely check it out. It's definitely got world building. It's John Wick at his heart, which is not a bad thing at all. But like bro said, like story wise, I really don't know.
I don't know if I want to see a sequel though. I would like to see her character show back up in another movie. Just I don't know if I want to see more of well, I don't know. We can't spoil it, but the way it ends kind of would be very hard for her to just naturally show up in a sequel without explaining. Well, I guess they
Right.
could explain it, but it is what it is. Would I watch this again in theaters? Probably not, just because our summer's packed full of movies. Will I watch it again when it comes out on streaming? Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Maybe with the director's commentary,
Yeah.
just to see what they thought.
I,
That is the
I
one thing I will say. The action in this, while it is great, it doesn't really hit the same as the John Wick ones, and I think that's because they didn't have the director from the John Wick movies, who is a stunt coordinator at heart, shoot those scenes with the action in mind. Because if I to believe what I heard when this first was in production, they filmed a whole version of this movie that did not test well with anyone because they built it around the story and less about the action scenes. Whereas the Wick is Pain documentary that I watched, they talked about building the movie around those set pieces that they wanted to do and choreograph those and then built the story around those, which doesn't sound like it should work, and it really shouldn't, but it did for those. So I don't know. They reshot a bunch of scenes and stuff with the director of the John Wick movies. So maybe that's where some of the action that really hit well was good.
yeah. Speaking of pain, I gotta watch that because I forgot you said you had it. But the
Yeah.
majority of the time while I was watching this, I low key felt like out of mind. I kind of felt like this was like a knockoff of John Wick. I felt like this was like kind of like an afterthought of John Wick because we're so used to John Wick in the world of John Wick, and we've already seen four movies, and they're like, okay, let's put this in here. I felt like they was trying to be so much like John Wick that it couldn't necessarily stand on its own. And even a part of what you said, and I hope this isn't a spoiler, and if it is, my apologies. But John Wick was in here more than either one of us thought that he would be, and I felt like they did that just to like carry the movie. Like if he didn't do as much as he did, it would have just been like okay. And I was kind of
Um,
disappointed. I was kind of disappointed, and I
I
legitimately feel like yeah, I was disappointed as much as he was in it. I was disappointed. I felt like people wouldn't have gathered or been there if they wouldn't have done that part. That's the part that was like oh, okay, yeah, let's go because it was John Wick.
think that might be somewhere we disagree a little bit on. I liked seeing a little like I expected the majority of his part to be right at the end of the film. Mild spoiler, but seeing him like in the beginnings and everything, like throughout, and kind of like that part of it, they really do try to keep it where they don't really talk about him too much. But the parts that they kind of talk about him, it's like they're building up this legacy more of John Wick. Everyone knows who John Wick is. He's the Baba Yaga. You know, he's a legend. I'm not gonna say what I want to say on here because it would spoil something. So I'm gonna talk to you about it once we stop recording. But I'm gonna probably give this movie out of enjoyability, and I did enjoy it quite a lot, and I laughed at a bunch of parts with the dry humor. I'm gonna give this like a 3.8 out of 5 katanas.
Yeah, yeah. And enjoyability wise, I'll legitimately get it like a 4 out of 5 pirouettes because I
What?
enjoyed it. I really pirouettes, ballerina pirouette. You don't know what a
No,
pirouette is?
no.
Come on, you uncultured swine. But yeah, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 pirouettes, man. Because I legitimately enjoyed it. Like I didn't walk out hating it. I enjoyed it for what it was. But my majority of the time, me walking out of the theater, I was legit saying I could have done without this movie. It's like you said, like no one asked for this film. No one did. We was excited about it, but nobody asked for it. So me going into it, I was excited for it. I watched it. I came out. I feel like I could have done without it. I could have just waited for John Wick 5.
Yeah,
They could have put her in John Wick 5 and done the same thing and kind of like built that into the whole thing, and then possibly had her on a real spinoff on like a streaming platform.
I don't trust any streaming platform because the only platform that would probably get it would be Peacock. And as badly as their spinoff of the Continental did, I don't think I trust any streaming platform to be able to understand how to make this franchise work in the way that it should.
They just need to hire us. They should
You
hire
know,
me. Hire me, Peacock, and I'll make you some money.
but let us know what you thought of Ballerina, the spinoff, not the 2015 film that's like a horror film, in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you want to see us do shorter movie reviews, because I'm sure you probably would like to see it, but on a shorter scale. And maybe we'll go back to doing minute reviews where we spoil absolutely nothing and we just talk about it off of camera with each other. But until next time, guys, it's been your boy Jay,
Chantel, as always.
and we are the Movie Minute. And you can't see us.